It's Marco Colbert, Speed of Cobra Finish Network. Guys, so it's the first episode, chasing classic cars. Kind of something new I want to do on the channel. So as you guys know, you guys see my channel, you guys always see I'm getting, you know, classic cars around, old tuner cars, old Japanese cars, fixing them up. You go ahead and film the process, me going out, looking at the car, buying it, everything like that, and just take you guys along for the experience of getting these older cars, getting them back to the shop, getting them, assessing them, inspecting them, and everything like that. We're heading up to Allentown today. We're gonna check out a Stage 3 Saturn Ion Redline. They only made these cars for about 2 years. Whole entire car fiberglass, so they're super light, you can't dent them, and there's all kinds of aftermarket mods for these cars. So let's go ahead and kick this Civic into gear. We're gonna head up there. About 5 minutes out, sun's starting to go down, so we'll see if we can get this thing in the light.
Yeah, it runs strong, man. It ain't regular Saturn. So.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a Stage 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely felt like a Stage 3.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Cold is weird with this car.
So my last Ion,
up on the car.
My last Ion that I had, like I said, I had one of these in high school. Yeah. It was like super fast when it was cold, but because the supercharger is attached to the engine, you get a lot of heat fade. Yeah. So like when mine would warm up, I mean, it would literally almost be as slow as a Civic. Like you know, it felt like it maybe had like 3 pounds of boost. Yeah. But yeah.
That one was hard for me to find.
That's cool.
I bought a car like that.
We'll get the big wing on there.
I bought the car like
on the way to the house. So I'll tell you guys what happened. So first off, I'll describe the car a little bit. The car is fully Stage 3. It's got a 2.8 pulley, a tune, 3-inch exhaust, 3-inch downpipe, 3-inch intake, ZZP heat exchanger. This car has literally every bolt-on ZZP modification that you could get for this car. You guys are going to be really floored, and I normally don't disclose information like this, but we got the car for $900. And to any of you guys who know, what Cobalt SSs go for, or what Saturn Ion Redlines go for, I mean, with those kind of modifications, this is easily a $3,000 car. The reason why the guy sold it so cheap is, he just had his 3rd baby, and his father-in-law, he was keeping it on his father-in-law's parking lot, and his father-in-law was just like, oh, it's got to go, we can't have the car here anymore. So he was already asking a crackhead price of like $1,000. And then, I got there, I saw a couple of things wrong with it. They didn't disclose, like the bumper was messed up a little bit. The fender had a chip in it, because the whole bodies on those are fiberglass. And I was like, I know you're already only asking $1,000, but I was like, would you do any less? He was like, yeah, you know what, man? He's like, I am really firm on the price, but I'll knock it $100 since you're serious and he came with cash. And I was like, dude, literally, like, say no more. Like, I'm in. I literally handed him the cash right then and there, because I was like, there's no freaking way I would find another deal like that. Like, this is like a once in every 5-year kind of deal. 3rd gear pull. These cars are not like incredibly fast, but for a little 1.6 liter motor, the stock Civic Si really does do really well. This car is completely stock other than a short ram intake, literally bone stock. really just the driving experience this car brings that's more enjoyable. It's not all about horsepower and being the fastest guy to go down the track. Sometimes it's just nice to have a quick daily driver, something like this, you know, like it's quick enough to get out of its own way, has no problem getting to 100 miles an hour, and, you know, gets 30, 35 miles to the gallon. Anyways, enough about the Honda. Let's get back to the garage and check out this Saturn. Alright guys, so we left the house at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's almost 11 o'clock, and we're just not getting back. As you guys can imagine, I'm exhausted, but I'm going to wash up the car tomorrow. I'm going to get you some closer looks at it. Okay guys, so I've been driving the car for, I'd like to say, close to a week now. Thorough review on the car. I love it. The way this one is set up compared to my old Saturn Ion, my old Saturn Ion was only a stage 1, had an intake and a tune on it. I think it was pushing 210, 220 horsepower. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys out on the road. I'm not gonna do a crazy pull because I'm holding a freaking camera, but I'm gonna open this thing up just a little bit and just show you guys what kind of power it has. All right, let's try and pull out of the gym here. Okay. Alright, let's hit it first. That was a good pull on camera, so we completely roasted first, obviously. This thing's stock, will roast first. Completely spun all the way through second. This car doesn't even get traction till about 60, 65 miles an hour. So I had a buddy with me in the car the other day. He was actually looking at my little horsepower tuner computer thing on the dash. The car is putting down, I believe, 270 horsepower to the wheel, which this car, you know, that's a pretty good amount. The only thing I don't like about this car, daily driving, it's so jerky because of the solid transmission mount, the stage 2 clutch. It's very difficult to drive for a daily. This car, it's kind of, you're on the throttle or you're not. But it is very fun to drive. The handling is amazing. It's dropped down about 2 inches. Hugs the road great. All right, so we spun second off of a launch. Let's see if it'll spin, you know, at 40 miles an hour. Oh, shit. Man, this car, I'm telling you, for under 300 horsepower, like I said, this thing's only putting out like 270 to the wheel. This thing moves.